The algorithm does not hate you. The algorithm wants you to reach more people. It wants you to have a lot of views. It wants you to have people engaging with your content. The problem is you are probably working against the algorithm versus working with it. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about why your content is not getting views and how to fix it. So I have been creating content online since 2016. Yes, I'm showing my age. But I've been creating content online since 2016, but I've been creating short form content since the beginning of 2020 when I came over to TikTok, and then Instagram Reels came out, and then Facebook Reels, so on and so on. And I've learned a thing or two, and I've helped thousands of people learn a thing or two about content creation and getting more views on your content. So let's first talk about the algorithm, but also then what you need to do to get more views on your content. So one of the first things to understand about the algorithm is that the algorithm is a matchmaker, okay? It's a matchmaker. It is looking for people that are interested in your content, because on all of these platforms, they don't exist if we're not there creating content and if people are not there consuming content. So it's not in their best interest to not show your content to people, because if you're someone and you create beauty content and people log on to social media for beauty content, but they're not serving that person beauty content, that person is going to leave the platform because they want to see beauty content. The problem is you're probably creating content and the algorithm is so confused with who you are, what your content is, what it's about, and who you're trying to reach with it. And that's why it's not reaching them. But also, it could be things that you're actually doing in your content to where the algorithm is trying to show it to people, but when it shows it to the right people, they are not interested because of whatever you've done in your content. So today I'm going to break down the top 5 things that you're probably doing wrong in your content that, you need to fix to get more views. So one of the first things you're probably doing in your content is that you're probably not telling the platform what this video is, what it's about, and who it's for, okay? So for example, this video is for people who want to grow an audience on social media and want to monetize it. And so the way that the algorithm knows that is what I'm saying, what is written in my description, and also the subject line of the actual video and the thumbnail. So I have made it very clear to the algorithm that this piece of content is about getting more views, okay? So if I was going to post a short video to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok, I have to make sure that I tell the platform what this video is and who should be interested in this content. And the way that I do that is by, one, what I'm saying and the phrases I'm using in the video. Because the thing to understand about the platforms is that they're very sensitive. The same way they can transcribe the words you're saying and show it as text on screen is the same way they know what it is you're saying and who that you should be targeting with your content, okay? But also it is, what is the text you actually have on screen? Not the caption, but are you using like a text-based hook to tell people what your content is about, and also the algorithm what your content is about? Addition to that, what are you writing in your actual description? Because the description is going to get picked up by the platform as well to send the content to the people that they think would be interested in your content. It's not all about the hashtags anymore. You can still use them, but it's really the keywords that you are using. If you're using random keywords or random hashtags, the algorithm says, we don't know what this is, we don't know who this is for, and so it doesn't reach the right people. The second thing you need to probably do that you're not doing with your content is paying very close attention to what happens in the first 2 seconds of your video. Now, I know you've heard a lot of people talk about hooks, okay? And a hook is the reason why a person stops. It hooks them in, it draws them into the actual content that you have created. So one of the things you want to do with your hook is what I was saying earlier, is having text on screen that's saying what your video is about. For example, if I want to have you watch this short video or what have you on Instagram or TikTok, I would say how to get out of the 200 view jail. right? Stuck in the 200 view jail. I would say that so that you, a person that finds yourself stuck in the 200 view jail, could say, yeah, that's me. Let me click to watch this video. Okay. But also, that text on screen then sends a message to the algorithm and says, if anybody comes on the platform and types in 200 view jail, how do I get more views? This is the piece of content that you should send them. Okay. So your hook on screen pulls in the viewers, but it also sends your content to the right people. The second thing, as it pertains to a hook, is your visual. What is happening visually in your video to make your audience want to stop and watch it? Okay, because people are going to see you before they hear you, because most people have their content muted. Okay, most people have it muted until they choose to unmute to listen to what the video is saying. So what is your text on screen, and then what is the visual that is drawing people in? Because remember, you only have 2 seconds to get people's attention before they are just going to scroll away and watch somebody else's content. So if you have not been paying attention to your text hook or your visual hook, that is probably a really, really, really big reason why you're not getting the views you want to get. Okay. The third thing is probably because the way that you have filmed your content. Okay. Sometimes when people are filming content, they are just filming just talking head videos. And I love a good talking head video, obviously, right? But sometimes you got to get up and walk in your videos. Okay. Now this is the long form YouTube video, so obviously I'm sitting down. But if I'm doing a short video, sometimes I'm going to film sitting here. Other times I'm going to film myself with a camera right here. Other times I'm going to film it with me walking outside or in my apartment or somewhere to give people a different type of visual experience, but also because it doesn't make my video as lazy. Now, I know you don't want to hear that. I know you won't hear that. But if 9 out of 10 people are posting talking head videos on social media and you're the 10th one, what makes you different than everybody else? But if you get up and you walk a little bit when you film, or you do a different angle when you film, that's an amazing way to break up the monotony, okay? And to break up the pattern of what everybody else is doing and make yours a little bit different, okay? But also with the filming, it could be your lighting. You know, sometimes people will film in a dark space and people don't want to struggle to watch your content. So if you don't have an external light source, just open up the blinds, let the light come in. You know, I recently was at a hotel speaking at a conference and I wanted to film a bunch of content. So I just opened up the blinds to my hotel, had my phone in my hand, and I filmed like 5 different videos, like sitting right there in that bed. And they wouldn't know that I filmed it in a bed, besides what they could see the headboard behind me. But it was great. It was my phone. It was great lighting, and that's it. Now people are editing the videos and everything's going to be okay. So make sure that you are paying very close attention to the setting, the way you're filming your videos or what have you, okay? The fourth reason why people are probably not watching your videos is because they're just too long, okay? Like, listen, their attention span is just short. It's just short. And if you keep filming these super long videos and you're just going on and on and on, and there's no actual intention behind the video that you're filming and the way that you are structuring the video, they're not gonna stay, okay? It has nothing to do with you or your message. It has everything to do with people. People have so much stuff to do and they're busy doing a million different things that if you're trying to capture an audience, keep them there, and then get them to take an action with you, you got to get to the point of your video. Now, if your video needs to be 2 minutes long, then fine, let it be 2 minutes long. But if you know that video could have been 1 minute and 15 seconds, you got to cut it down, okay? Like, that's why you have to know what you're talking about, what's your beginning, your middle, your call to action before you film, so that you can get on with it, okay? And then the final fifth thing, the reason why you're not getting enough views to the platform is that you're probably just doing old techniques. Okay, you're probably utilizing old techniques. You know, people tell me all the time, oh my God, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, they're always changing. Well, they're supposed to. That's their platforms. And you get this amazing opportunity to learn how to organically operate on their platform and reach your target audience. Okay, like for free. Each month you get to learn what are the new things that are happening on this platform that I can implement with my content to reach my target audience. And most times the updates are fun, creative updates that you would enjoy doing anyway when you learn how to do it. Okay. And so we have to understand that things are always changing, things are always evolving. And unless you are willing to run paid ads, then you have to stay up to date on what is happening with organic. So we do organic and we do paid ads. And what I have learned as of recently is that if my organic content is warming up people, my paid ads will slam, right? What does that mean? So if I do a cold campaign for ads, then it costs a lot of money to reach new people and get them to take an action with me. But if I'm doing organic and these posts are doing extremely well, my ads person can retarget those people that have already engaged with my content and get them to convert a lot easier and faster and cost a lot less. So organic is powerful even if you're doing paid. And so I highly recommend that if you're saying to yourself that you want to have more success with your content, that you actually invest a little bit of time into it. Now, if you're saying to yourself, I love this, Keenya, that's amazing, I want you to help me, I want to work with you. I have a community. It's called Invisible to Influential. It's helping influencers, content creators, and business owners learn how to create amazing content that connects to your audience, grows your account, and helps you with your end result, whether it's sales, leads, or whatever it is. This community has dozens and dozens of people in there that I coach every single day, as well as we have calls every single week. Every other week is a training, and then every other week after that is content reviews. So you get to work with me every single day in this community for just $97 a month. Yeah, every single day for just $97 a month. Okay, so all you want to do is you can go to the link in the description or go to invisibletoinfluential.net and join us. And we have calls every single week. And so if you enjoyed today's episode, ask me any questions in the comments, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.